Welcome back to the channel, Wanderlodge owners and Wanderlodge lovers. This morning I'm going to talk about how the WOG Forum came to be. And originally, I didn't know anything about internet forums at all. And originally, Ernie Eckberg, with some of his friends, I don't know how it all came about, but anyway, they started a Yahoo forum. And Yahoo forums, you can't really search, you can't do photographs. It was a good way to start, but we didn't really have anything else. I don't think Facebook was even around then. This was in the early 2000s. I don't know exactly when Ernie started it, but he had this partner named Bruce, and they ran it for a while, and it was good. It was we all learned a lot. We all met a lot of good people from that. So time went by, and Bruce and Ernie kind of had to split up. Bruce went off and started a forum that was a pay forum. You had to pay for a year in advance, I think it was, to be a member. And Bruce really didn't know anything about wander lodges, but he did know about computers and internet, stuff like that. So Ernie still had the Wanderlodge Owners Group, I think was what it was called, even then, on Yahoo. And pretty soon, I don't know, it's hard to run these forums and stuff. And economy wasn't good. We were all struggling to make a living. And Ernie just kind of let it dissolve for whatever reason. Well, meanwhile, we had started, me, John Finn, a couple other guys. I don't even know how it began. We had a forum called Wanderlodge All. Yahoo forum there again. And Yahoo, our forum there was wide open. It was a bar room atmosphere. And if you weren't tough, you wouldn't make it. And we did talk about wander lodges. We talked about food. We talked about traveling. We talked about politics. We talked about guns, and we shouldn't have. We learned a lot from that. That is not good behavior for a forum for survival. So Wander Lodge All, it imploded because of politics, and left and right, blue and red, whatever you want to call it. And so that was just fading away. There was very few people on there anymore because we just got sick of the politics. So this guy named Gary, he was involved with that too, and John Finn and myself, and I think Scott and Rob, and this guy named Blair from Oregon. So Ernie, meanwhile, had let the Wanderlodge Owners Group domain name lapse, and Gary picked it up. So now we had the Wanderlodge Owners Group, which is a great name, by the way. Ernie, you did good. So we had that name, and then Gary kind of dropped out because we had a Yahoo forum going with that name, and Gary kind of faded away, and John Finn and I wanted a better forum, something we could search, something we could have different sections for, like FCs, PTs, wide bodies, such as that. And John was pretty good with forums. He had a couple forums going on. Hell's Old Farts was a motorcycle forum that he had for a bunch of old guys that would ride their bikes around on Saturday morning to have breakfast. And they may have done other stuff too. But he also had a Virago forum. He had a Virago, I think that's a Yamaha motorcycle. And so that was going on with John. It was, very small membership and stuff. So John and I talked about partnering up and making a forum. And we looked at some other programs, I guess you call it. And we ended up with V-Bulletin because I knew a guy that had a V-Bulletin forum going, and I knew how to navigate on it a little bit. I didn't know how to run it or put it together by any means, but the guy knew, his son-in-law knew a lot about that. So anyway, his son-in-law was our webmaster and has been now for 20 years or however long we've been around, 16, since '08, I think. And so Finn says, I'll be glad to organize and do stuff and put pictures and this and that on there, but I don't have any money for it. And I agreed that's fine. I'll supply the money. So I paid the webmaster, I paid for the fees to set it up, whatever it took, I paid for it. And my business wrote it off. And so that's the way that came to be. So Wanderlodge Owners Group on V Bulletin, and that's what we have today. And we still have the same webmaster in the background. He does stuff for us when we call him, and he gets it going, and he hosts it on his web servers, I guess is the word. And he's a good guy, real quiet in the background. Meanwhile, we had Scott as a moderator. Scott kind of faded out. Rob Robinson, whoops, shouldn't have said his last name. Rob was on for a long time. Rob sold his coach, and he's retired from traveling. And of course, John Finn died, which some of y'all know that. So that left me as a sole survivor, really, of the thing. And we've had a lot of good help through the years, and still have some great help and some great friends that help run it. And so since '08, I believe, we tried to bring it in January 1st, '09, I believe, but we missed that date by a week or two. And so anyway, I think it was officially birthday was January 6th or 8th or something, '09. And so it runs itself pretty good. We have strict rules. We learned that from Wanderlodge All. You know, we don't have any guns. We don't have any politics. We don't, you know, we keep it Wanderlodge and Wanderlodge related tools, shops, food. You know, we always got to talk about food. Fat guys got to eat. But it's a great bunch of guys, great bunch of people. And when Finn and I got going on it originally, talking about it, we said if we had 100 members, that we would be golden with 100 members, and we'd be happy. We'd be happy as a fat kid eating ice cream if we had 100 members. Well, we got 7,000 or 8,000 members now, and you know, some of those have moved along and some of them have passed away. And but we've met some great people, had some great fun. We've organized a bunch of rallies and stuff, and there's people all over the country hosting rallies. And I'd like to say it's because of the internet forums, not just WOG, but some of the other groups that's originally started it. And there's still some other groups out there today. But I think WOG is the biggest, and we work at it, you know, pretty hard. I read every post. I try to comment to almost every thread, you know, give them an attaboy, thanks for posting, and I learned something today, that kind of stuff. And I wish you other people, you other members would do more of that too, because people that post, they really like to be thanked for what they're doing, they're thinking, and they're taking their time for pictures and stuff like that. And that's about all I got on the Wanderlodge Owners Group Forum, the WOG as we call it. And come join us if you're not a member, and you're free, it's free, you can be a member. And I still pay for most of it. We get donations from, you know, members like yourselves, and we keep it going. We've got 2 great guys, admin guys in the background, and I do most of the moderating and all that kind of stuff. I do the dirty work, and those guys do the smart work, because I'm still basically not all that smart on computers. But anyway, thanks for being here. Thanks for subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you at a rally down the road. Bye now.